Tory, what are you doing here?
I want to help.
I'm sorry, what?
Cobra Kai got registered in the Winter Karate League last night, and I figure terrysilver has something to do with that.
Wait, what?
Listen, I get it. It's my fault that all of this is happening.
Listen, I'm not mad at you. But what happened back there?
What do you think? Terry paid for a way into the national tournament. Once was bad enough, but twice is the last straw for me. I quit Cobra Kai, just yesterday.
Wait, what?
For a while, I thought that being embraced as a karate champion meant something to me. But all I felt was the guilt of lying to you and Sam, and everyone else, while Terry used me for all I was worth. And that was him and his image. But I don't care what I've got to lose. I want to take him down. Because then, I'll actually feel like I'm worth something.
Hey, Robby. Did you have a good night's rest? Yeah. Okay, so listen, Robby. In a couple of minutes, Miguel will be looking for you. Hopefully, you will be staying outside of my apartment, where he will invite you to the movies, or a baseball game, or some shit. Anyways, you need to act unaware, and say yes. Wait, why are you telling me this now? Well, Robby, it's because I want the two of you to get along. Listen, I know that he's hurt you in ways, and you've hurt him in ways, and I just want the two of you to get along. And then I can tell him that you have moved in with me. Wait, Miguel has no idea that I am now living with you? Listen, Miguel understands that you are my son, but he still feels like he deserves to get some of that treatment too. I just don't want him to find out in a bad way, and think I don't consider him family. Okay? Your secret is safe with me.
Attention, Cobra Kai class. Today, I would like you to introduce the newest sensei to the group. Meet Sensei Barnes. Today, he will monitor all of you, and make sure that by the end of summer, each and every one of you masters the Quicksilver method.
Hello, Leah.
What is your problem?
What do you mean?
Kenny told me about all of the horrible things you did to him.
That's a lie. Well, I mean, it's true. I did do a lot of terrible things to Kenny. That probably explains why I haven't seen you all summer. Because you were mad at me. But listen, I'm not going to say anything bad about your boyfriend, but since I've crossed paths with you, I was hoping that you could convince Kenny to leave Cobra Kai.
You mean the karate school he's attending?
Yeah, but it's what Cobra Kai is teaching Kenny that I'm worried about. It's a class that strictly teaches offense, and motivates its students to become aggressive, and angry and violent.
And you are saying Kenny is capable of this? No, that's more of your thing.
Listen, I was a bully to him. I was especially jealous that he seemed to get the best out of you. But what Kenny's learned at Cobra Kai is much worse than what I've done. If there's anyone who can convince him, it's you.
If I see Kenny bully or physically hurt anyone, I'll tell him to stop. But for now, I advise you leave us the hell alone.
Hello, everyone. You may all know me as the All-Valley champion of the girls division, but I don't know who I've been lately. I want to warn all of you that Cobra Kai cheated to win the tournament back in May. I saw co-founder terrysilver paying off the head referee, and I'm pretty sure that he also bribed the Winter Karate League board to allow Cobra Kai to compete in this year's tournament. I may not have any proof of any of this, but you should understand what it's like to hear this coming from me. All of my life, I have felt neglected, pushed aside, and lately, taken for granted, all just because of the fact that winning something felt like I was finally receiving a friendly gesture from the world. But all I felt lately is empty, and the least I've done to feel less empty was by quitting Cobra Kai just recently. It should not be Cobra Kai that should be spreading around the valley, but Miyagi-Do. So everyone who is considering taking more lessons at Cobra Kai, don't. Because the sensei there don't care who they put in harm's way, unless it's meant to satisfy people like terrysilver. In fact, you should all go against them.
And cut. Tory, that was hands-on great. If out of 10, I would give it an 11-star performance.
Is Sam still mad at me? Because I got the trophy with me to give to her.
I'm pretty sure Sam will. If there's anything that I taught her, It is forgiveness. Hello, Miss Diaz. What brings you here on a fine notice?
Hello, sir. First of all, I really want to thank you and the school for the fine education you've provided Miguel with. Secondly, there's another issue that we've come here to talk about with you.
It's about Robby being readmitted here for the following school year.
And before you say anything, as Miguel's parent, I am willing to sign any form of contract you have to give to me.
Well, actually, there isn't any contract to give, because we as a school will not readmit students who have had time spent in juvenile detention.
Please, I've talked with Robby, and he really feels bad about what he did to my son. More than anything, he really wants another chance.
It's a little more than robbykeene kicking your son off the balcony. What scares me is the potential danger that all of our other students here will be in, if Robby were to be readmitted. Hey Carmen, I'll take care of the talking.
Do you know what you're doing?
I have a little plan. You know, I never really graduated from this school. You don't have a GED? I attended here, but I did not get a GED. They're for nerds. But my son Robby could use one too. Back at his old school, I got phone calls from the principal all of the time about stuff he did. And he violated the rules there, because he felt alone, and wanted to be noticed. Because I wasn't there for him as a dad. Listen, you are absolutely right. He should not have hurt Miguel, and it kinda is scary for you to let him back into school after what he did. But I assure you, more than anything, he wants to repair the rest of his life he has ahead of himself, even if that means getting along with Miguel. I told him that they needed to be friends, and he accepted. So, will you please let him back into the school? Good news, Carmen. The principal agreed to let Robby back into the school.
How did you do it?
Well, I just told him a little bit of Robby's and my history, and he accepted letting him back in. Of course, he does want you to sign this form.
Okay.
Ahem.
Oh no, I think we've angered the school counselor.
Yeah. I mean, there's literally an OPDA sign on the wall behind you.
Wanna go somewhere else?
Sure.
You like the new dojo, Michael?
It's okay. I mean, there's hardly any sunlight, but I do like the pictures on the walls of your students. That one over there, Tory, right? Is she the declared All-Valley champion?
Yes.
You know, I can't help but ask you another question. Why didn't you do to me what you did to her? Why didn't you bribe the referee for me to win all those years ago?
You know, Michael, I actually did. I mean, was that referee back in 1985 honestly gonna let you get away with all those quicksilver moves I taught you? Why else would he constantly give you only warnings and even a point deduction or two, rather than disqualification? I just needed to slip something into his pocket, so he could change his mind. Hell, you could have even dropped a nuke on Daniel in the middle of that arena, and only get a warning.
So it is my fault that I lost back then. And it is on me that I lost 50% ownership of all karate dojos. Hey Sensei, there's a problem.
What problem is that, Kyler?
I saw co-founder Terrysilver paying off the head referee, and I'm pretty sure that he also bribed the Winter Karate League Board to allow Cobra Kai to compete in this year's tournament.
Is this true, Senseius? Did you actually cheat in the All-Valley?
So this is Miyagidokarate?
It is. Now listen, I know that you may want to join Miyagi-Do, but you still are going to have to apologize to Sam first.
I didn't say I was going to join Miyagi-Do.
Wait, why not?
Well, technically, I quit Terrysilver's Cobra Kai.
But you are still loyal to Kreese?
Hey, he is not that bad.
Yes, he is. Just yesterday, he violated the end of our deal, which was me shortening his sentence as long as he joined Miyagi-Do.
Yeah, well maybe it's because you always expect something in return. You could have just helped him with no favor in return. And besides, he's gonna get his job back because of the viral video.
Tory, he is a dishonorable man. It might seem like he cares about you, but he doesn't. If perhaps he were to get his job back, I'm pretty sure he would not let you back in. Because you literally denounced Cobra Kai.
That's not true. He has as much of a heart as you do with your daughter. In fact, he is the closest thing I have to a father.
What about your real father?
He's alive, and still a prick for leaving my mother all those years ago. I don't know where he is.
Well. If it isn't karate's bad boy, Mike Barnes.
Wait a minute, you're John Kreese? I thought you were dead?
You aren't one who's thought that. But here I am, alive and out of jail.
What are you here for?
Just to get a cup of coffee. Also, I have for you an offer of a lifetime.
I already am fine where I am, no thanks to you.
You mean as a sensei of Cobra Kai? No offense, but you kind of came in at the wrong time. You see, terrysilver is on the brink of collapse.
What are you talking about?
Did you see the news? There's an investigation on terrysilver after a viral video got sent out.
Yes, but it's her word against Terry's, and he'll clean up her whole mess.
Except, there's some other evidence I've got. Something that could burn my former friend to the ground.
I don't know what you are talking about.
You see, Terry framed me for a crime he committed, so I'm going to get the real victim and beat a confession out of him. And then afterwards, you'll be out of a job. But if you help me out, I can give you more than just a sensei position. Think about it.
Sir, as stated by female champion of the All Valley, she claims on the viral video that you bribed the referee.
Sir, I want to assure you, and all of these fine people around you, that I would never do such a ghastly, dishonorable thing.
Why did she say otherwise? And I mean, let's face it, you really went into full business mode instantly after Cobra Kai won the All Valley. It's like you guys knew you would win.
Everyone, stop talking, and hear me out. I have to admit, that I have not been getting along with Tory lately. You see, she has had a bond with the other founder of Cobra Kai, John Kreese, who clearly is mentally unstable to be around kids. Yet somehow, she considered him more of a father figure than me, and wanted me to bail him out and help him in court. But I said no, I don't want such a dangerous man, like him, to be around kids, if it means attempting murder, but Tory didn't care. Ever since that day, she has been going behind my back, and visiting daniellarusso to help him destroy all I've created, and if you want proof, here is a photo of the two of them secretly meeting 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but what the hell does this have to do with the viral video?
Well, you see, Daniel's been corrupting her to give in to hatred. Hell, she's been even willing to abuse her position as the All Valley champ to destroy everything I've created. Because of Daniel's wishes. You see, daniellarusso doesn't care about all Cobra Kai stands for. All he wants is to shut it down, like a villain. As for me, I'm just a guy who wants every at-risk young teen in the world to learn how to defend themselves. In fact, I believe in my students. I threw all of my belief onto Tory's shoulders, but to make them lighter so she could win every single fight, and even become a sensei. She may have betrayed our dojo by spreading these lies to support Daniel's hateful wishes, but I believe that I can make any of you fine women and men here sensei, too. And all I asked for in return, your obedience.
Sir, it was wrong of me to question you. You have my full support.
Thank you.
So how did your convincing speech go?
Piece of cake. Now all everyone sees is Tory to be the enemy.
You realize how wrong this is? Putting your pride in front of her needs, and ruining her reputation. She has her whole life ahead of her, you know. Yet you are about 70-something, and you still care about providing all for yourself.
There's nothing you can do about it. Except, sit tight, and watch the show. Otherwise, there's still time to tell the FBI about your illegal fight clubs in Mexico.
Hey, Miguel? Hey, Robby, what are you doing here? I came here to look for Johnny, but I guess he was gone. Okay. Well, now that you are here, do you want to go and do something together? We could get some tickets for the Clippers game? Okay, sure. Let me get my hat. Wait a minute, you don't live here? Unless... Listen, Miguel. This may seem like a lot, but I've apparently moved in with my dad last night. Johnny didn't want to bring it up, but since you both have this really good bond, why not? I can't believe it. He is moving on from me. What are you talking about? I've literally have been seeing him getting along with you. Why the hell am I even considering being friends with you, if it means that you keep on ruining that bond? Yeah, well, I'm Johnny's son. You can clearly make an exception to that. You were his son, until you pushed yourself away from him. Clearly, you don't deserve to have him as a father for that. So what? Huh? So he could just pick up some kid from next door instead? At least I was there for him. Then why did he come back for me? The only difference between the two of us is that I'm Johnny's blood son. Look where we are. You were this close to kicking me off the balcony. Miguel, I'm sorry, okay. I just really didn't want to get too far in this, but I let my temper get the better of me. What did you do to him? Why are you getting mad at me? He was about to put me into another coma. He held back and you knocked him out. At least I didn't kick him off the fucking balcony. You hurt my son. Miguel, don't take that personally. I mean, you know, when thought you came into my life, that someone out there in the world cared for me. But after a while, you started to focus on Robby. And I tried to support you in every way possible, and then you started ignoring me. Robby was right, you took me for granted to fix all your mistakes. I'm done.
Hello, Danny boy.
What do you want?
I'm surprised that Tory went against my wishes back there, despite my warnings.
What warnings?
You see, I told her specifically that if she were to betray me in any way involving you, that then I would kill you.
You wanted to kill me?
I didn't want to, but now she's made things really difficult. And all of that for nothing. You see, all the police considered the Old Valley was just some pathetic wrestling competition. That's why they only spent 15 minutes with their investigation at both my house and the head referee's house, yet we both came clean.
You are kidding me?
Not to mention, everyone in the valley still supports Cobra Kai. You should have heard my awesome speech. Like I said, all for nothing. Anyways, there's someone I would like to introduce you to.
Hello. Mike Barnes? What are you doing in Cobra Kai? Well, you see, Terrysilver here gave me a great offer to become a sensei, and I accepted it. You could have joined us. I mean, you honestly can't trust this guy. Look what happened the last time you did.
Well, I stand by my decision to choose him. You see, I lost my other job just recently, and Terry then offered to make me stronger. While your karate, Danny boy, still is a joke.
You haven't seen my karate yet. What are you doing?
Michael and I are here to end this. to end you. Tory clearly should have taken my warning a little more seriously, and now she's going to regret her decision once you are reported dead.
Leave my friend alone.
What are you, his mother?
You are lucky that I'm giving you mercy. Now leave.
This isn't over, daniellarusso. One day he won't be here to protect you, and then we'll fight. Come on, Mike. Let's go.
How's Robby?
He's resting with an ice pack. I can't believe that this would happen. I only left both of them alone for about an hour, and then I see them fighting on the balcony when I came back. And you just allowed Robby back into West Valley.
And I still want him too, but do you know where Miguel is?
That's the other thing. I caused this to happen. I let Robby move into my apartment, and then Miguel found out and attacked him. And I got mad at him.
But you've also been pretty helpful to him.
But it's true, I used him to correct my mistakes with Robby, instead of focusing only on him. And I tried to pull them together as a family, to have both of them get along, but it's all just hate.
I could try.
Carmen, what I'm saying is that there isn't a way for them to get along. There was this look that Miguel had on his face, the same one he had at his first All Valley.
You said it was his game face.
I wasn't fully honest with you. You see, I also wanted him to compete against Robby with no mercy. And he did it with hate, and nearly got Robby's arm fully dislocated. Carmen, I thought this could work, I really did, with us dating. But right now, we both need to only focus on our sons.
You're not saying what I think you are?
I'm afraid we are going to have to break up. At least until our kids get along. But until then, we can't focus on each other. You were right, Mike. Johnny Lawrence doesn't view me as a son like Robby. He allowed him to move in with him, and didn't even tell me. You see, Miguel, this is what happens if you only think about the most simple things in life. You lose them, just like Johnny to Robby. You know, Miguel, Sensei Silver taught me that pain comes from weakness. People think they can accept it, but there's this small part of it in them that still makes them feel cursed. But the best way to get rid of this pain is by shedding your weakness. Shedding my weakness? You know what? I think the both of us should pay a little visit to Johnny, so we can talk.
You called me here, sir.
Kim Da-yoon, in only 1 week, Valley Fest will be around the corner. And apparently, we've pretty much covered everywhere in the valley that could use, or already has Cobra Kai dojos.
You're right. And pretty much every martial artist in the valley has aligned themselves under Cobra Kai.
Which means that the only thing we need to do is have our students prevent Miyagi-Do from holding a demo. After all, we must remind everyone that Cobra Kai is the face of karate in the valley. Nothing else.
Robby. Thank God you are all right.
Shannon, I'm so sorry for what happened.
It's okay. You were trying to make things better.
You know, Shannon, I was thinking that Robby would move back in with you. Wait! I'm moving out? Robby, listen. You know, the whole thing with you moving in earlier was temporary. I kind of was hoping for you to get along with Miguel, and instead you got hurt. Don't worry, I'll see you every day in Miyagi-Do, and visit you at Shannon's. I just believe that you and Miguel should both have a little distance from each other for both of your safety. Okay, Dad. Thank you for being there for me.
Robby, we got to head out. Say your goodbyes to your dad.
Goodbye, Dad. Bye, Robby. Good night. Alright, I guess it's time for me to head off to bed, too. Alone.
Johnny, Miguel's back.
Wait, really? They should be here in a minute.
Miguel, you're back.
I'm afraid he won't be here for long.
Miguel?
Mom, I want to thank you for always being there for me when I needed you the most. Miguel, what are you doing with this guy? I thought you were done with him? No, I'm done with you. I'm moving out of the apartment and over with Mike. No, Miguel. You will do no such thing. I will not allow it. Yeah, well, that's why I'm heading out. So I don't have to see your face anymore. Because every time I try to bond with you, you always seem more interested in Robby than me. That doesn't mean you should be with Mike. You are as much of a son as... Shut up! Just shut up. You don't get to make these half-assed promises of being a father for me after earlier. I know it's true. The only reason you did hang out with me was all for both you and Robby? But what about me, huh? I always stood by your side and supported you through everything bad that happened. I promised to never turn my back on you. But there's a line. And you've crossed it. I'm moving out now. Miguel, don't do this.
Miguel, don't go.
I'm sorry, Mom. But I've got to shed my weakness. Come on, Miguel. Let's go home, and I'll cook you some dinner. Mike's not going to get away with this. He's not.